Between these two maps, which one looks right? If you picked that one, you must hear this out. That's the Mercator projection. It's the map most of us grew up with. It was created all the way back in 1569 by Mercator, a Flemish cartographer. And it wasn't meant to show the world fairly. It was made for European sailors to navigate across the ocean using straight lines. That was its sole purpose. To make navigation easier, Mercator had to stretch certain areas, and this resulted in massive distortion. Greenland, for example, looks almost the same size as Africa on that map, but Africa is actually 14 times larger. Same with Europe and North America. They get blown up in size, while continents and regions like South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia get visually minimized. I'm actually obsessed with this website. You can literally drag countries around and see how big they really are compared to others. Now fast forward a few hundred years. By the 19th century, this map is in schools, atlases, textbooks, pretty much everywhere. And people start to associate size with importance. Europe's on top. The US is big and bold, while the global south is small, peripheral, and down below. In psychology, there's even a concept called the north-south bias. Studies show that we associate up with strength, power, and leadership, and down with weakness and inferiority. So putting Europe at the top wasn't just a design choice. It reinforced an entire worldview amongst people. Now buckle up. Earth has no up or down. There's no scientific reason North should be at the top of the map. That's just a human choice and specifically a Eurocentric one. Now let's take a look at our South Up map. This version started gaining traction in the late 20th century. In 1979, an Australian named Stuart MacArthur published a South Up map centered on Australia, challenging the idea of being down under. There's also the Gauss-Peters projection, based on work from the 1850s but popularized in the 1970s by Arno Peters. It keeps land masses proportional in size, even if it stretches them weirdly. When it was first shown in a 1980 press conference in Germany, people were shocked. They suddenly saw how biased the Mercator map had been all along. Even today, the Mercator projection is still the default for Google Maps and many GPS systems. Why? Because it keeps shapes and angles consistent, which makes digital mapping easier. But that also means that most humans are still seeing a distorted version of Earth every day. And that's the point. Design isn't just about aesthetics. It shapes how we think, what we value, and who we think matters. Sometimes flipping the map is the only way to flip the script.